Well, we're coming off that really excellent performance at the Orange and Black. Really proud of the guys, the maturity for a young team. They weren't afraid of the moment. We lost to a very good Notre Dame college team, full of veteran players. Brandon St. Onge is back. He was ill during that tournament, so we've got a guy who was the high average last season coming back. Actually, I think the layoff from being ill helped him. Yesterday's practice was very good. He's thrown the ball very well again. So he's sort of struggled a little bit into the season. So I'm glad to see him bowling well again, and I expect us to be competitive. It's 35 varsity teams. It's a Tier 1 major event. So we're going in there and want us to be consistent from start to finish, and we'll see where we end up. There's always the difference between I think I can and I know I can. And we haven't reached anywhere near our full potential, but for them to go in and perform at a high level, especially in match play moments, really builds a lot of confidence with one another. We have much more depth this season, so I think just the belief in one another and a belief in our process, our training process, and how people evolve over the course of the season, that's very important for building trust and buy-in for our program. And I think we're seeing that more and more. There's a maturing that we're seeing over the season so far. Guys are taking training much more seriously. They're pushing one another. We had a very strong meeting where people called each other out in a respectful manner, and since then I think people are not afraid to say you need to step up or great job. So we're really building that team dynamic behind the scenes, and I expect that to come through in our performance on the lanes. But I think the key here is that the emotional control element is getting better and better, and I continue to challenge them, because oftentimes you're seeing young guys come in, they're teenagers really still, so sometimes they don't possess the emotional strength that they need, and we're seeing that get better and better, and I will continue to challenge them. But the performance level, especially with Hunter Kempton and Nolan Hughes, has been outstanding, and major contributions, growing confidence within the system, and I just need to keep challenging them to remind them that your actions, your body language and facial expressions impact everybody on the team. So you need to be much more self-aware when you aren't performing up to the level that you expect. You still need to be a great teammate and be positive, projecting that good energy. I think it's really important that we perform well. It's back-to-back Tier 1s. Right after Thanksgiving, we're on the road to Fairview Heights for another Tier 1 event. And it's hosted by McKendree, which is one of the best programs in the country. So for us to compete well this weekend and also at that other Tier 1, I think it's important for the confidence that will motivate everybody to work hard. We have a long break at LMU because the finals are so early relative to other schools that we have almost a 30-day break before we come back. If we do well, I think everybody's going to be motivated to work harder in the break, and they'll become prepared, because we have a quick turnaround for men. Once we get back, the Hoosier is only, basically when we get started, it's 7 weeks out, and then another 4 weeks from there you have sectionals, so 3 weeks from there you have sectionals. So it's a quick turnaround. You've got to come in prepared. So I'm hoping they're motivated to work harder based on good performances in these next two tournaments.